Hi, here's a video showing the process of getting a swirl finish on a guitar body using normal tap water and magic marble paints. It took me a few tries, but in the end I got what I think is a pretty good result. I'll show you how it went, and I'll also give you a few tips that might help you in case you're struggling with this like I was. A swirl finish is done by floating paint on the surface of water in a container and then dipping the guitar inside the container. So the first thing to keep in mind is that the surface of the water needs to be big enough such that you're able to fit enough paint on the surface, and when you dip the guitar it doesn't go too thin and become transparent. So here I had a surface of 70 by 40 centimeters, and that's pretty much okay for a guitar body. Although I could have used a deeper container. I was actually close to hitting the bottom when I was dipping the guitar. The second thing is time. Time is not on your side here. You need to be able to dip the guitar before the paint dries. So as you can see, having a second pair of hands definitely helps, and it's much more fun. We managed here from the first drop of paint to the moment when I was dipping the guitar, it took us 3 minutes, and that was okay. The paint was still flowing nicely. So the way the design is created is you take several colors, and I like to drop alternating bright and dark colors into each other, creating these concentric circles. And then once you have the pattern, basically the surface covered, the extra trick you do at the end is you stir it with a stick, creating the final swirl that will then be transferred onto the guitar. One more thing about paint, you need to make sure that the magic marble paints that you're using are reasonably fresh. If they're like 2 years old, you might not get the results you were after. So here you can see that there's pretty much, I think, enough paint almost. No, we're still putting more on. So it's a combination of black and blue. There's actually 2 shades of blue and a little bit of white and some silver, because the guitar is painted silver. You can see the guitar there in the background. So now we're stirring it. So this is creating the actual swirl. This is almost ready to dip now. We're at 2.5 minutes, so it's about time to start going. So for the actual dipping, you need to remember to go slow, because the paint has to have time to flow along the surface of the water to cover the body, because again, if it gets too thin, it becomes transparent and you lose the effect. And I like to move the guitar around the surface of the water, just finding the interesting parts of the design. I have to actually go at an angle here because the container is so shallow. The guitar will barely fit. And of course it's pushing up, so it's actually not that easy to control it. So once the guitar is in, you have to remove the paint from the surface, otherwise it's going to cover it again. So a hairdryer works well, or you can even just use paper towels. The point is to get a clean surface of water before you take the guitar out. And there it is. Yeah, pretty good, no? Pretty good. So the final thing is then you need to clear coat the body, and I used 2-component automotive lacquer to just be sure about compatibility, that it doesn't dissolve the magic marbles. I actually put a coat of shellac between the color and the clear coat, what I did, I also dipped a piece of maple veneer, and then I also clear coated just that without the coat of shellac, and I didn't have any problems. So basically, in the future, I don't need this extra shellac layer apparently. So the guitar is almost finished. In fact, I already played a show with it, but then I decided I need to fix a few small things, so I took it apart again. Once it's done for good, I'll be making a proper video about it. I'll post a link somewhere there. So I'll see you then. One more thing. If you liked this video, be warned. I do not release weekly videos about guitar building and stuff. So if you don't subscribe, you'll miss the next one. Also, check out my music channel. Actually, you might also want to subscribe to that. I only release about 1 or 2 songs per year, but at least they're good.